Yeah. Fly was flying on the team. Touchdown. Time to get Jalen this ring. You don't really want to start a thing. This a bird game nation, baby. It's a Philly thing. Hater, and you looking like you type trash. I'm just here cool on Philly the podcast. And we can call a man dog or watch Miles score off the handoff. Rest of the division, your man saw Jackson like Sean, Hunting like Randall. Season here, really time to do them in. Your boy Philly Fresco. Thanks for tuning in. What is going on, you guys? It's your boy Joe Castro, aka Philly Fresco, aka I got my glasses because I've been staring at a screen all weekend. So, barely could see, guys. But it is Philly the podcast, man. And we are going to go over the draft picks. So we started with 11. We ended with 9 players. We have a pick next year. Obviously, we also traded up to go ahead and get Devonta Smith. We traded with the Dallas Cowboys. So we ended up using only 9 of them. We have 10 picks next year. If you want to see my initial reactions, I'm not going to go too deep into what my initial reactions were, but if you want to see my initial reactions, you can obviously go check out the live streams. We did live stream the whole, literally the whole draft. So that was a lot of fun. I appreciate everybody that came through. This is not going to be a call-in. But yeah, so I appreciate everybody that came through, had some fun. Later on tonight, if you are a member, we're going to be watching some of the draft players highlights. So if you are a channel member, that will be later on, members only. So let's get right into it. All right. I mean, the first pick, I think everybody was happy with. I think the first pick was pretty obvious. Let me give shout outs before we do this. Shout out to my guy, AK Eagles, Midwest Eagles fan in the building. Shout out to them. We got Adi B. We got Sports Talk with Let's Go Birds. Carlos Holloway in the building. What's good, y'all? So, like I said, let's start with the first one. I think everybody was happy with Devonta Smith. Devonta Smith is that playmaker that we were all hoping for in that first round. Like, we all probably had our favorites. We probably had different people we wanted, but we went with Devonta Smith, and I loved it. I loved every part of it. What's good, Stephen Joyce? What's good, Nina? Good afternoon, y'all. Good afternoon. Chilling with the lunchtime vibes. I appreciate y'all. But yeah, so I loved every part of it. That was like an A++ pick for me. Like, yeah, Sports Talk just said it was an A++ pick for me. That it was perfect. You still kept your first round pick for next year. You were able to jump the Giants in theory. Obviously, they'll probably deny that they were going to go with them. But at the end of the day, we jumped the Giants, didn't give up too much, and we got one of the best wide receivers in this draft. So that fills a huge need. And it's one player that I'm excited to watch. It's been a long time that, the first round ended, and I was excited. I was very, very excited. It was a thing of beauty. I thought, my first thoughts were like, oh, okay, Howie knows what he's doing now. Okay, let's find out. Yeah, you guys got Parsons. It is what it is. What's good, Lindy Endzone? What's good? Yeah, and shout out to my guy Lindy, man, grinding for that cake right there, man, because he was streaming as well most of the draft. So shout out to my guy, man. Sports Talk says Les Smith had to wear the same suit for 3 days. Dude has had 40 interviews with Philly media already. That's a big fact. Welcome to the league, bro. Trayvon Grimes, great undrafted free agent signing. I agree. Am I crazy? Do Eagles fans kiss Howie's butt more? I mean, I think after the draft, everybody starts to try and make, the draft picks seem a little bit better than they may be, but we're going to get into it. So, all right. So the first one, I think, we can all agree, man. We'll say A. We'll say A+. All right. I think we can all agree A+ there. Now, the second one, man, got a little bit, when it happened, I was a little frustrated, but I understood. I got it. Landon Dickerson, I said on my Twitter, if you guys follow me, he was honestly a sneaky pick that I wouldn't have been surprised if the Eagles would have stood in the first round at 12 or moved back a little bit and tried to get him, because he was, in my opinion, talent-wise, top 3 offensive linemen in this draft, hands down, in my opinion. I really did believe that. I still do believe that. Only thing with him was his injury concern. Now, I know a lot of people are going to, knock it. And look, I think that's something you have to bring up. It's not something you can just ignore. His injury history is definitely a issue, a big issue. especially with our injury history as a team. So it makes me a little bit nervous with him. Do I like the player? Yes, I love the player, actually. Ooh, that just scared the heck out of me. My camera almost fell. I was about to cry on camera, y'all. I was about to cry. My camera almost fell. Oh, I was about to cry. But anyways, I like the player. The pick was a little bit concerning. I feel like you don't want to. This was not a year to take risks on players. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't looking for high upside. I was looking more so for players that can go in and play right now. Obviously, we saw Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah fall. We saw Asante Samuels Jr. There were a couple players that I felt possibly could have been a better selection, but I do like Landon, and I do like the versatility he brings, because realistically, if you look at what Landon Collins can be, Landon Collins can be your starting left guard right now. Right? I really do think he can be your starting left guard right now. And then down the road, you're looking at him possibly taking over that center position, which is something that, I like that. I love the idea behind it. Shout out to my guy, Inferno Productions, $5 super chat. I appreciate that, my guy. He says, I think we had a solid draft, definitely better than previous drafts. Also, Trayvon Grimes was literally a steal, should have been drafted. I agree with that last part. Wholeheartedly. I like Trayvon Grimes a lot. And the more that I look at this draft, the less that I hate it. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, if you want to see my initial reactions, you could go to my Twitter. You can go, I was kind of going off. I was a little bit upset. I was being very negative. But, the more that you really look at it, the more that you kind of dive into these players, I see the thinking behind most of them. I see the thought process behind most of them. And honestly, we didn't reach when it came, especially to the second pick. We'll get to the third pick, but the second pick, I don't feel like this was a reach. I feel like this was probably the most talented player on the board, but it comes with a caveat, right? It's kind of like the Sidney Jones pick, except Sidney Jones only had that one injury, so it was a little bit less of a risk, right? So we'll see. I like the pick. He has a lot of potential. And I feel like if he can stay healthy, this was a huge steal. So I'm going to give it a B+. Okay. I'm going to give it a B+. And you guys can let me know, what you guys think about the Landon Dickerson pick, but I'm going to give the Landon Dickerson pick a B+. So far I got A+ for Devonta Smith, and I got a B+ for Dickerson, just because I'm going to be what's the word? Optimistic. I'm going to be cautiously optimistic and say that, his injuries aren't going to play a role into who he's going to be in his career. I'm hoping that he can stay healthy and he can, really be a great piece for our defense. For our offensive line, excuse me. If your O-line stays healthy, it's going to be legit. Facts. Shout out to my guy, Dear Pats Nation. We had him on here for the Pats pick. Obviously, I don't know why that took me a second to figure out which pick it was, but shout out to my guy, man. He's doing some great stuff over there for Patriots Media, man. I appreciate you coming through. It's a 2-year retool, Castro. It's just hard to accept at the moment. Look, I accept that we're not going to be great. I just feel like there was players that you could have picked that would have felt needs that were still great players at that position. So I don't know how this is going to translate to American currency, but it's $6.99 Canadian. So I appreciate that, brother. Dear Pats Nation says solid B+. Last year y'all reached like crazy. I thought you guys were solid. I agree 100%. I feel like this year we didn't reach. We took the best talent. It just wasn't necessarily at positions that obviously I wanted. But I like Landon Dickerson a lot. And like I said, I saw him as a first-round talent if it had not been for the injuries. That's the only, and you have to say it. That's the one thing. I know a lot of people on Twitter were kind of bashing me saying, oh, you didn't talk about this guy's injuries. You didn't talk about that guy's injuries. They're not part of the team. So I don't care. Not that I don't care, but Landon Dickerson, that's the only thing that worries me about him. Talent-wise, I do think he's one of the best offensive linemen in this draft and will automatically be one of our best offensive linemen going forward. So I'm not mad at that. Now, this is where it got a little weird for me. I'm going to be 100% honest. This is where it got a little weird for me. The Milton Williams pick out of Louisiana Tech. More that I watch him, I said this on Twitter, the more that I watch him, the more that I like the pick. I like the player, I should say. I feel like we could have – there was players there there was definitely a lot of cornerbacks that were there that we could have went with. There was a couple linebackers that I wouldn't have been mad at. Obviously, Jabril Cox was a big name on my board, but he didn't even get drafted. So, or he might have got drafted. He got drafted very late by Dallas Cowboys, excuse me. So, I felt like there was players there. And the thing that stung the most about the Milton Williams pick is I felt, talking on the live stream with some of the members, we were all talking and we were like, maybe taking Christian Barrymore at the second round made a little bit more sense than taking the center. And then because you then get the best defensive lineman that, in the draft, if that's what you really think you needed, because we went pretty defensive tackle and defensive end heavy. So, I don't know. I would have felt a little bit more comfortable reaching on a center in the third round or a guard in the third round. But like I said, the more that you watch him, the more that I like him. I won't say I hate the player because I don't. I really do like this player, to be 100% honest. It's just, again, it wasn't the position that I felt we needed at the time, so it kind of stung a little bit. And I'm trying really not to be, a homer and just be like, oh, I like him because he's an Eagle. I'm going to support him whether, whether he sucks or not. I'm going to hope he's good because he's an Eagle. But if you watch the tape, he pops off the film. He really does. And it's not just he's very good at run defense. The only thing I'll say is he has to get better at is pass rushing. But even there, he showed glimpses. Obviously he's a small school guy, so it is what it is. You take that into whatever it means to you. To me, it doesn't mean too much. He has shorter arms, but he still was able to push these offensive linemen off him. He looked good. He looked good. Did I want a defensive tackle at that position? No. It's not his fault. So it is what it is. I like the pick. Let me get to some of these. I'm over here ranting. I'm sorry, y'all. I got to get to these comments. I'm sorry, Joe. I've been an Eagles fan for far too long. Optimism is not my thing anymore. You either do or you don't. I respect that. He said, I'm not mad at a retool. We have a bunch of entitled players that need to go. Ertz and Wentz both had their lip poked out. Cox is not productive, so on and so on. No one is bigger than the program. I agree with that. I agree with no one is bigger than the program, and we definitely need to get better at a lot of positions, And look, I felt like this was going into this, we were all kind of agreeing that this was kind of a weak defensive line draft. So, it's kind of a surprise to me that that's where you went so heavy. You know what I mean? Kerry Vincent Jr. still on board. We passed on. Yeah, I'm kind of surprised by that one as well. But once you got to once we got past Milton Williams, I was kind of at the point that it's all right, well, let the board come to you now. So you got to just pick the best players available. I felt like the third round was the last round you could really reach for talent. That you're not even reach, but reach for need more so than talent. Everybody, not everybody, but there's a lot of talent still left on the board at that third round. And right after I picked, bro, you saw just cornerback after cornerback, then linebacker. You saw some defensive tackles going off the board as well. So it's possible that we got one of the better defensive tackles. A lot of people do like him, so it is what it is. Patrick Johnson is really good. I love Patrick Johnson. I was surprised that he went so low. Shout out to my guy, Philly Insider Podcast. My guy Hunter over there loved Patrick Johnson. So, shout out to him. I know he was happy. If the medical team cleared Landon and you're looking at player grade, he was best player. Exactly. That's why I give him a BP. That's why I give him a B plus. I think I gave him. All right. So grade wise, yeah, I wanted Aaron Robinson bad, bro. I wanted Tate Gowan bad too, and he went right before us, legitimately right before us. Milton Williams going to be a beast. I sure hope so. Mr. Glass, Philly fair. Here we go. I don't understand the Williams pick. He's not starting over anyone currently. That's the thing. You went so defense line heavy. I just don't know. So look, like I said, I like the player. I don't necessarily like the pick. So grade-wise, the biggest mistake was trading out, hoping Robinson was there at 73. We always stick to the board, but then criticize the positions we pick. BPA is blind to position. I agree with that. I 100% agree with that. So look, if I'm giving this draft pick a grade, Milton, Aaron Donald Jr., I got to be honest with myself, and I'm going to give it a C+. All right. And it's not because of the player. It's because of the talent that went off the board after it at so many positions of need. I think that the player can be great, but realistically, you're hoping that he's not going to start this year. I mean, that's kind of the hope as a team. You would hope that nothing's going to happen to Javon Hargrave, that he'll do nothing but get better. You're hoping that Fletcher Cox will do nothing but, improve in a different, in a different system and everything. And you're hoping that these second-year guys will step up. So with that said, it's like you almost don't have a role for him. And to pick somebody in the third round that's going to be a rotational guy, I just don't know if you do that. I just don't know if you do that. Maybe you have a lot of trust in this linebacking core. So look, I'm gonna give C+, and honestly, that's just because I think he's a talented player. That's really the only reason. I just did not like the timing of this pick. So I got to go C+. My freaking phone doesn't recognize me with my glasses on for some reason. So whenever it locks up, I got to take my glasses off. So I wasn't trying to look sexy for Snapchat, trust me. All right, so now we go on to the next one. This was a weird one too, but this is another guy. You start watching him, you start liking him a little bit. You say, hey, no, Aaron Donald. That was their comparison. Aaron Donald. So that was the joke all throughout the draft. It was Aaron Donald Jr. Philly had their center last year, but gave him to Dallas. My thought is this team knows they can't keep Fletcher forever. I agree with that. What do I think? We'll get to Jacoby Stevens. So next, I'll do Zech McPhearson, and then I'll do the 5th round picks. We'll do the next two after that together. So Zech McPhearson, he has all the tools. I feel like he can become a great player. I don't even want to say great, but he can become a very solid player. He's a project, if I'm being fair, but he does have all the tools. He has good size, good speed. He can definitely be a baller, man. I kind of feel like it was a reach because there was really not many cornerbacks left. There was still Sean Wade. There was still Tay Gowan, but obviously they weren't that high on people's boards. So Zech McPhearson was a come out of nowhere type player to me. He used to play for Penn State for a little while. He transferred, obviously, to Texas Tech to play cornerback. I think he played wide receiver for the Penn State Nittany Lions, if I'm not mistaken. So I'm not 100% sure, what he's going to be projected to be. Honestly, when you watch his highlights, he's down in the box a lot. So maybe he's going to have that Malcolm Jenkins type thing. This is honestly, I'm not saying he's bad. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying he's bad, but I only really saw 1 year of him playing cornerback. So I don't really know what he's going to be. He has, like I said, all the physical tools you'll look for. So I'm going to kind of move on from that one. I really don't know what to say for you guys for that. I'll say a C+, just because he does have all the physical tools, and it's a 4th round pick. So you pick projects in the 4th round, but we'll see. Like I said, I don't have much film on him to really sit here and be like, oh, he's got this, that, and the third. He's got things that he's got to work on. He had some things he looked like he was competent in man and zone, which is good, right? If you look at his game tape, he didn't jump off the board at you. Like I said, he was down in the box a lot, so that's good. Maybe he's going to be that guy that, really is that Malcolm Jenkins type guy. I think he had around 50 tackles or something like that, so he can tackle. He's a very good form tackler. He breaks down and tackles the man. So there's stuff to watch and stuff to like about this guy. But like I said, just not enough film, not enough game time for me. I don't know him much beyond, these past 2 years. Because like I said, I know that he went to Penn State for a little while. But as a cornerback, who knows what he's going to be. So I'm going to give him a C+ just because of the physical attributes. And what I did see, I liked. So I'll give him that. Kenneth Gainwell, you took the words right out of my mouth, AK Eagles. You took the words right out of my mouth. That was a steal, bro. That was a steal. Kenneth Gainwell was a steal. Shout out again to my guy, Philly Insider Podcast, Hunter. I'm telling you, that was my go-to guy for this draft stuff. All right, so definitely go check out Hunter and Philly Insider Podcast. Their whole crew really was keeping me up to date. So shout out to them. But either way, Kenneth Gainwell, bro, I was hype. I was hyped. I'm gonna be honest with you. I was playing MLB The Show. I was playing MLB The Show, chilling. You know what I'm saying? And I was watching the draft on my phone. I wasn't going live at that point. And when I saw that, I put the game on pause and I was like, let's go. Okay, let's go. Like off the last pick, after we picked, I want to say it was Zech McPhearson. After we picked Zech McPhearson, I literally just said, like, just pick somebody that I know so I can get hype. And that was literally the first pick. Like, I was very hype about Kenneth Gainwell. Obviously, he's my guy's Fletcher Cox's cousin. He didn't even call him yet. Fletcher didn't even call him yet. So Fletch need to get on it. Oh, if y'all got Xbox, it's Mr. Castro 904. Y'all let me know. Y'all let me know if y'all want that smoke. Y'all let me know if you want that smoke. Yeah, he does hit like a tank. You talking about Zach? Yeah, Zach hits like a tank. I'm sorry. I'm like so behind on these. I'm trying to get through all the picks. I'm sorry. I'm usually way better at reading comments, but I love all y'all. I love all y'all. Either way. So yeah. So Kenneth Gainwell, bro. I'm not even gonna go too deep into it. Like, man, he said that he models his game after somebody like Darren Sproles, which is cool, but he doesn't really give me those vibes. Like, he kind of gives me like Miles type vibes, to be real with you. Like, he's one of those guys that will plant his feet and he'll shift. You know what I'm saying? He got that shiftiness to him. And he's not like crazy fast. He's not the fastest player in the world, but he's got burners. I like Kenneth Gainwell a lot. Will he come in and be a starter off rip? That'll be interesting to see, because we do have a couple of running backs that are kind of similar to him. I mean, we got Boston Scott. We got Jason Huntley. So it'll be very interesting. You know, I think that he can come in there and definitely provide a role. I know Boston Scott is on his contract year, so that might be a move for that. But I love the Kenneth Gainwell pick. So if I had to give that a grade, I'm giving that a B+ as well. Again, and really realistically, the only reason why it's not an A is because, you know, there were still players on the board that I kind of like more. I'm going to be 100% honest, just for what we need. Maybe it wasn't the greatest pick, but talent-wise, BPA, I think that he was probably the best player available, so I can't hate on it. So I give him a B+. Now, we get to the next two. I'm going to do these guys together. We got Marlon Tuapalatu. If I said that right, I get $1. And then we had Taryn Jackson. Now, Marlon, I like him a lot. He has a lot. He's a perfect, I think this was in the 6th round that we got him. He was a perfect 6th round pick. Project player, a lot of upside, has the physical tools. He's more of a defensive tackle than even honestly Milton was. Like, Milton, you can probably move him everywhere. He might even see some outside linebacker, to be honest. I think he ran like a 4.63. I could see him standing up every now and then. But either way, Marlon's more of a hand in the dirt, maybe more of a hand in the dirt, going to be playing those guards, going to be playing those centers. So I like him. He's very, very developmental, but he's very easy to develop. I think he has all the skill sets to be developed and sound great. Taryn Jackson could be a stud. If I'm being 100% honest, like, I know he played at Coastal Carolina, and I made a joke. You know what I'm saying? I made a lot of jokes about my guy because it's Coastal Carolina. But, like, when you watch the film, this boy, he could be a problem. Athlete, like, for real. I was hearing people comparing him to what's his name, to how am I going to forget his name? Oh, boy, from the Bengals that we were looking at for a little while. Damn, what's Holmes' name? What's his name? I'm really blanking right now, y'all. What's his name? Oh, boy, from the Bengals. That he's been there forever. He's a beast. We was just looking at him last year, because they were saying he's a more athletic him. What's his name? Geno Atkins. Thank you, Knuckles. I appreciate you. See, y'all the best. There you go. So yeah, Geno. There you go. Yeah, Geno Atkins, bro. I was hearing a more athletic Geno. I was hearing some really good stuff about this kid. Like, and then when you watch it, you see him. You see it. Like, the only thing that scares me is obviously the level of competition. And I'm not a hater on small school, talent. It is what it is. But I feel like that's something you have to You know what I'm saying? You have to keep that in context. You have to know that. But he was a terror against Zach Wilson. So if we play the Jets 16 more times a year, you know, this guy could get like 15 sacks a year. But no, all jokes aside, though, I think he can be something very, very good, especially with our defensive line coach, our good defensive line veterans. Look, more that you get into this draft, you understand why you're doing this defensive line kick, why you're on this defensive line kick. My bad. I'm terrible at this right now, AK. I just trying to get all this information out before the hour ends because I know people got to get to, you know, their lunch and stuff. We play the Jets at the end of the year. So, yeah, exactly. All right, I'm going to go read a couple of them. Let me just do these last two, and then we'll get it. I'll start going back to these comments. So Jacoby Stevens and Patrick Johnson. Jacoby Stevens, steal. I love Jacoby Stevens, and I'm hearing that they're going to move him to linebacker. Love it. Don't get too – I know he was a safety. Don't get too nervous. It's not going to be Nate Gary. I feel like this dude is a totally different animal. Like, he's built to be a linebacker, but played safety. So I'm excited for him. Patrick Johnson, absolute dog. Absolute dog. Not sure why he dropped this far, but this was a steal. I love it. So if I'm giving the whole draft a grade, I want to know everybody's grade. You guys let me know. But I think that the final day of the draft, I can't speak. The final day of the draft really kind of saved it. Look, Jacoby Stevens was a huge addition. Patrick Johnson is a huge addition. The first day of the draft was incredible, in my opinion, probably one of the best I've been through in a long time. So and then I can sell myself on Landon Dickerson. I can almost sell myself on the thought of Milton Williams. Zech McPhearson isn't bad. Kenneth Gainwell is a great pick. So look, I'm going with B+. And that plus might be a little optimistic. All right, that plus might be a little optimistic. But I'm going with B+, and I liked it. I know I was upset when it first happened, but I like it now. I like it. So you guys let me know. I'm going to start reading the comments. I'm sorry, y'all. We got 40 people in here. Please do hit that like, hit that subscribe. Join the family, man. Join the family. We're trying to hit 2K. We are so close. So close. Like 500 said, looks like drafts for the future. Yeah, bro, there was so many. This was like the dopest draft. You know, like having all these content creators streaming, it was dope because I found myself being like, bro, I just want to watch. I almost didn't want to stream. I just wanted to watch. But it was a lot of fun, man. We play the Jets too. Facts. What's good, Eagle Slayer? What's good, Philly Green? Main priority is to sign Steve Nelson from Pittsburgh. We need help at cornerback. Give me Conley. I think he'll be cheaper. I think he's obviously younger. So give me Conley. I'll be with that. Dank Burrito says he could be Cam Chancellor. Patrick Johnson, I'm assuming you're talking about. He has that potential. Or are you talking about no, you're talking about Jacoby Stevens probably. Let me know who you're talking about. Both of them could be really good. His uncle was a diehard Eagles fan until he passed away. Who? Jacoby Stevens. Is that why he had that Eagles jersey on? That's what's up. B+, B. Steven and Gainwell are going to be gems for us. I agree. Hey, I appreciate that, Shifty. Welcome to the family, bro. I appreciate you for subbing up. I'm usually way better at reading comments, I promise. B+, B. Okay, so some of y'all agree with me. I like that. A- as in B. I need to chat S and B. A-. Smith is going to make us shut up about the later pick. Yeah, I mean, honestly, after the Devonta Smith pick, it was really hard for him to make me upset because, that was just an amazing pick, bro. And then everything with that, like trading up ahead of the Giants, snubbing the Giants. And speaking of our NFC East people, we're going to have an NFC East roundtable. I wanted to wait till – I was going to do it like prior to the draft, but I wanted to wait till afterward. So we're going to have my guy George Carmi representing the Redskins. He used to work for Sports Illustrated. Right now he's working for Full Press Coverage. Then you guys all know my brother Jay Tuck over at the Cowboys. fans only, and then the entertainer talking sports. So we're gonna have a little live NFC East draft review. So hopefully you guys all can make it out to that. That'll be a lot of fun. Our offense is gonna be loaded. I agree. A- or B+. Okay. Yeah, we do still have three first. We'll go. Oh, I got to take down this thing. I didn't realize I still had this up. But yeah, no, we still technically have 3 firsts, right? So I mean, it could get very scary next year. And there's like 2 cornerbacks next year. And I'm already looking at cornerbacks next year. Unless some of these guys really prove that they don't, that they're going to take on look, if Zech McPhearson's that guy, then Zech McPhearson's that guy. But if we have 3 first-round picks, go and grab one of those top cornerbacks. There's a old boy from, I want to say he's from LSU as well, actually. What's his name? I forget his name, but there's a boy from a guy from LSU, and then there's a guy from Florida. I think his last name's Elam. Those are really the only 2 cornerbacks that I'm looking at right now. But, that could change, obviously. Our draft was an experience this year. It really was, bro. It was a lot of fun, bro. It was a lot of fun. Yes, there we go. Kyer, Elam, and Derek Stingley. Yes, bro. Beasts. I'll hit you up. I think I can sell you on a couple others that are willing. Oh, of course. Shout out to my guy Chandler. Of course. Chandler, bro, we got to get you back on here, man. We got to get you back on here, bro. You already know. I think you're the one that honestly talked me into one of these dudes. But yeah, shout out to my guy Chandler, bro. I'm incorrect. You're right. It was Taryn Jackson, whose uncle passed, that was an Eagles fan. Okay. That's dope, though, man. That's dope. LSU corner Derek Stingley. Yeah, he's a beast, bro. He's a beast. That's a good question, Nina. That's a good question. Now, I said if we didn't see it in the 3rd round, we're not going to see it, right? We are not going to see it. So I'm hoping that everything is fixed. I'm hoping that they talk this out, or there's going to be some type of, maybe big deal, but I doubt it. Everybody got themselves a tight end, and I think there was a lot of good tight end prospects in this draft. So worst case scenario now, and I mean, maybe this isn't the worst case scenario for everybody, but I think what'll probably happen now is that we'll wait till at least the trade deadline. We'll wait till a couple weeks in the season, see if somebody really gives us a good offer. If not, I say you just, let him ride out that contract. If he really wants to leave after that, we could figure something out, then he can leave. If not, we figure something out and he stays. I think at this point, it doesn't really help you to ship him for nothing. It doesn't make sense to cut him, but that's a very, very possible as well. I really hope we don't cut him. Our undrafted free agents were beastly. Let me look up and make sure we didn't get no new ones. But we always do good with undrafted free agents. And there was a lot of good ones this year. No, I don't see no new ones. But yeah, we got Jamie Newman, who I think everybody thought we might have drafted him, to be honest. I thought we might have drafted him. We got Jamon Osborne from Texas A&M. We got Harry Kreider from Indiana Center. We got Jack Stroll from Nebraska, who's actually really good. I saw him play a couple games, being a Penn State fan. But anyways, Trayvon Grimes is an absolute steal. And I don't know if you guys saw the post that he put up. Let me see if I can pull it up. Hopefully I don't get demonetized for this, but I probably will. Yeah, hopefully we won't get demonetized, but this is hilarious. This is when I was like, all right, yeah, I'm down with this dude. Let me see if I got it. If you guys follow me on Twitter or Instagram, you probably already seen this, but yes, bruh. Yes, talk your ish, bruh. Talk your ish. Brent said, time to talk my ish, Philly. That's exactly right. When he got drafted, I was on his page, and I was like, oh, yeah. I like that. I could deal with that. Honestly, bro, I love our draft. After I thought all night, we are not going to win now. We are rebuilding. I'm sold on this draft. Just feel we could have done a little better on a few picks. That's kind of where I'm at. I feel like the only picks that I'm really like, I don't even want to say second guessing, but I'm kind of thinking about is the Landon and the Milton pick. Those are like the only ones that kind of gets me nervous. That's the only ones, and I see the talent. I definitely see the talent. Trayvon's the man. Grimes is nasty. Yeah, I was so happy to see Grimes, bro. That was crazy. Yeah, no controversy, all ball skills in the QB room. It's going to be fun to watch. I mean, Joe Flacco's a little bit out of place, though. Joe Flacco, like, his 40 time is probably like a 6 flat, maybe. And, like, between Jamie Newman and Jalen Hurts, these boys probably coming in around 4.5, 4.6. That way. So it's a big difference. What's good, Rome? What's good, brother? I can legit see these picks doing something this year. I think they have to. And I think, look, a lot of times people want to talk about winners and losers. What's good, Infamous? What's good, brother? That's my little bro right there. That's Infamous 2K is my little cousin. All right. He don't know it yet, but I adopted him. He's my little cousin. But either way, a lot of people want to say biggest winners, biggest losers of the draft. I think we were a winner of this draft. I think we really were, especially because of the first 3 rounds, realistically. Like, we took who was on our board, and not only that, we have a massive amount of picks next year. So it seems like we're putting ourselves in a good position. If we want to move on from Fletcher Cox after this year, it saves us a lot of money. Look, I mean, you can say that, we did very well. Who do I have as far as players? I would say some of these players that are still on the roster, realistically. I think like people like Kayvon Wallace, people like Davion Taylor, people like Sean Bradley, those guys are probably the biggest winners because they didn't get no competition, really. Like, they didn't really, Eric Wilson isn't really competition. He's a starter. You know what I'm saying? The competition's kind of within themselves. So I feel like the second-year players are probably the biggest winners from this draft, and maybe even the coaching staff, because if the coaching staff, bro, Nick Sirianni looked hype. Nick Sirianni looked hype at some of these picks, bro. Like, I made that joke about my guy, Tommy. Tommy, he was a little upset. Tom was a little upset, and I get it, bro. I was with him. I was Tom Donahue. You know what I'm saying? I was Tom Donahue after that Milton Williams pick for a little while. But, bro, if you looked at Gannon when that pick was happening, he was geeking. People seemed like they were really into it. So, look, we all might have won, bro. We all might have won. It just isn't exactly, it just isn't exactly where I probably would have went. But at the end of the day, I don't own the team. I don't run the team. I wouldn't have probably won us a Super Bowl. So, hey. I see Grimes making the roster. I see Ward, Whiteside gone. This is a good question. I was going to do this as an individual video. Assuming we have 6 wide receivers, it'll be interesting. It'll be interesting to see who those guys will be, because obviously we got JJ, we got Rager, we got Fulgham. Obviously now we have Devonta Smith, we got Greg Ward, Quez, John Hightower. That's 7 players that could realistically make this roster. But most likely we're only going to keep 6. So who do you cut? Maybe you cut a John Hightower. Maybe you cut a Greg Ward, or trade a Greg Ward that still has some. It'll be interesting. Rager better step up before the wide receiver core, Smith, Grimes, and Watkins. That's a big fact. Seems they got the guys they think will fit the schemes. Exactly, yeah. The wide receiver competition is going to be hella interesting. Facts. And we finally got talent added to it. So that'll be nice. That'll be nice. You know what I'm saying? Gannon's going to need maybe do a 4-6 type defense or a 5-2. Nah, he's going to do like a 6-2, 6-1. He's going to have 6 down linemen and 1 linebacker. That's how we're going to do it. We should have picked Dylan Moses and Cade Johnson. We should have took him in the undrafted free agency at least. But they, you get to pick as a player where you really want to go. Agreed, Rager better step up. That's a lot of good guys. I do agree. I agree. Osborne isn't bad. I got to look him up. I haven't done much research on the undrafted guys, so I didn't want to talk too much about him. Smith, Rager, Quez, Hightower, Fulgham, and Grimes. I respect, yeah. That's kind of how I'm feeling. I like Greg Ward a lot, but he just might, he might not really fit what we need right now. He's not really a speedster. He's not really a size guy. He's just kind of a slot guy, and I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Yeah, I wanted Grimes too, bro. I definitely wanted Grimes. Bro, I gotta go, but it's been a pleasure, my guy. Keep doing your thing. I'll see you soon. Be easy. You already know, bro. I'll see you soon. So all the channel members, we're gonna do a live probably later on tonight because I think all y'all either got to work or got whatever. So we'll do it like later tonight. But I'm gonna go over all of the draft picks. Like I want to watch all the highlights. So definitely come join me for that, guys. If you're a channel member. And if you want to become a channel member, the link is in the description. It's only $1. So, you get some cool stuff. JJ is going to be better. I'm telling you, JJ has made some tough catches. You got to throw it to him like a power forward. If he's better than good, man, I hope so. I have no faith in JJ, though. I'm not going to lie. I probably shouldn't say that, but as a Cowboys fan, y'all had the best draft in the East. Wow. Shout out to Mojo. Hey, and we'll talk about it. Like I said, we'll talk about it Tuesday. We're going to have everybody on here. So, we'll definitely go over who we think had the best draft. I will say, as an Eagles fan, bro, I like what the Cowboys did. I mean, I don't like it because, obviously they got better. But, like, as a, football fan, I'll say, the Cowboys had a good draft. The Giants, they kind of did a little bit of what we did. Like they didn't necessarily get any splash guy. Obviously we got one really, really big splash guy, but like they didn't get anybody that's going to be like a breakout player next year possibly. But they got a lot of draft picks next year, and they got a lot of positions that they needed filled. So, and then Washington, I really didn't see a lot of Washington's picks, to be honest. You say you're trying not to laugh, maybe laugh. I mean, bro, I try not to hate on JJ because I try not to hate on anybody, but I don't know, man. I do not know, man. Tony was a reach, but he was understandable. It was understandable, like at that point, I thought they were going to get Azeez, but they got Azeez in the second round. So, they wanted, I think they were very set on getting either a wide receiver or a D lineman. They got both in their first 2 rounds, and they were able to get some draft picks for next year. So, I mean, I can't hate too much. Grimes is going to take JJ's spot. How tall is Grimes? He's like 6'2". What is he? .6'4". I thought he was like 6'2", 6'3". Yeah, he might be out of here. 218. Yeah, that man might be out of here. And his pop's name is LeBron. Come on. His pop's name is LeBron. This boy's gonna be a athletic freak. Miles Sanders, 1K a year. I hope so. I mean, we have if our offensive line can stay healthy and he's used like a number 1 back, I don't see why he wouldn't be. I don't see why there wouldn't be a 1K season out of him. There should have been the past 2 years, to be honest. So I want to say yes. Doesn't go down on first contact, insane quickness in his hips. He can shake you, hit a fade. He's really talented. You talking about, Kadarius Toney, you talking about? Kadarius Toney's good. I thought he was like a early second round. So that's why I said I don't think it's that big of a reach. It's an understandable reach. Like it's the guy you want to go for. Shout out to my guy, Philly Mike in the building. Philly Talk Podcast. My guy. What is it? I'm sure you're gonna do a video. I ain't gonna ask you. I was gonna ask you what your grade is, but I can't be stealing your content. I can't be, don't I can't take your content and make you put it on here now. Shout out to everybody in the building. We got 50 people throughout the channels that it's on. So please do hit that like, hit that subscribe. I definitely appreciate it. This was definitely a decent draft. I'm not mad at it. Gainwell, crazy threat, running and catching. Great compliment to Miles. Definitely. Runs a 4.4. Yeah. Azeez was a great pick, and Smith. Yeah, I mean, look. I like Azeez. I like Azeez Al-Shuri. I thought he was going to go top 20, if I was being honest. So, like, for the fact that they got him in the second round, God bless him. Kadarius Toney puts people on skates. I really like his game. Y'all got some of my favorite players: Dickerson, Smith, Williams, and Love Gainwell. Milton, you like Milton Williams? That's a good. You guys are good people to ask realistically, and I'm not saying that in no shade. Like that's why I'm looking forward to kind of picking J Tuck's brain because I know you guys were looking at defensive tackle. I know that was a point of contention for you guys. So it'll be that wasn't really necessarily something I was focusing on in the offseason. So, Milton might have just slipped my sights, but a lot of people were telling me they liked him. Who's that? Who raps? Who raps? Kadarius Toney raps? I gotta look him up. Gainwell reminds me of a smaller Westbrook. Okay. You saw Westbrook was like 5'11". How big is Gainwell? Isn't Gainwell like 5'10"? Yeah, he's the same size. They're both the same size. Bruh. He had him, bruh. And I'm a Penn State fan. That was embarrassing. I loved it though. I loved it. Honestly, look, y'all know how much I was loving on no homo. I did pause on that. But y'all know how much I liked Parsons before the draft, bro. But now I hate him. All these he posted the other day, oh, this aged real well, talking about he wanted to be in the blue and white. Like, man, screw you, bro. Screw you, bro. I'm so tired of seeing Penn State players go to different teams. I hate. What about Howie? Is he off the hook? No. Howie is not off the hook. No. If this draft pans out, I don't know, man. Actually, I don't even know. Like, he's not off the hook to me. But I'm sitting here like, why wouldn't he if this draft pans out? Like, I don't think he's going to get fired. I still hate him. So, I mean, we'll see. I guess. I don't even know. Like, my initial reaction is heck to the no. Heck to the no. You know what I'm saying? But if this draft pans out, you got a lot of picks next year. I don't know, man. Maybe he extended his life by 1 year. Maybe he got like one more life. Gainwell is Westbrook-esque. I could see that. What's good, Richard? What's good, brother? I like the linebackers my Cowboys took. Yeah, you guys got some dogs, bro. And I mean, shoot, y'all, the Cowboys y'all got, the linebackers y'all got now are not cutting it. I mean, it is what it is. No, I don't want to hate. I don't like the Cowboys. You know that, but I ain't trying to hate on y'all. Y'all would probably agree, like, your linebackers ain't cutting it. So you guys definitely needed to get some good linebackers. Yeah, our Cowboys liked Williams because of his athletic traits. Okay, that's good to know. Gainwell is Parsons' daddy. I got a shirt idea. Gainwell is MPK. Indeed. I feel like we should have either traded down for Dickerson or something because I just hate that we passed on Notre Dame linebacker. I agree. Or maybe you grab Landon Dickerson and you trade back in and get Jeremiah Owusu once you see him dropping. But it is what it is, I guess. I don't know. I just watched. He messed him up. He did. He definitely did. Thoughts on Zach Ertz and what we should do with him? We should figure out if he wants to play. If he wants to play, man, he's definitely an asset. But if he's just like fed up with us, it's not really worth paying somebody to just be pouting all day. So I think he's going to be on the team, though. I think us not even taking a tight end. We took one, in the undrafted free agency. But other than that, we didn't really take one. So I think that says a lot. We didn't even take Doug Peterson's son. Like, Osborne can play. So Dank Barrio, we gonna watch all these highlights tonight. So if you guys got highlights, send me them on wherever you guys have me. I'm sure you guys are either like in the what's it called, Discord or Twitter or Instagram. Y'all know where to find me. Y'all know where I be. Bro, he's Aaron Donald Jr. You didn't know? He's Aaron Donald Jr. Probably around like 6:30 maybe. I'm trying to wait for all the members to get home. I know a lot of people got like work and stuff. I have no life, so like I'm usually home, so it's all good. Did Cowboys address the O-line? Dak got to feel some type of play about that. Hey, I mean, I think they have a good enough offensive line. They were hitting injuries just like us. So, at what point do you just kind of got to hope that you're going to stay healthy, right? You got to hope that you're not going to have a whole bunch of injuries. So, I mean, hey, I'm glad they didn't. Because there's a Sixers game. What time is the Sixers game? I know you're new, Shifty, so I'm going to let you know this now so you can, hate me for a little while. But I am a Brooklyn Nets fan. So, oh, yeah, it's at 8. So, yeah, I'll probably go around 6. Y'all got Cox and Ball. Y'all got y'all got Jabril Cox and some dude named Josh Ball. So hey, and then didn't y'all? Let me stop. I'm gonna get kicked off. Let me not say that stupid. Osborne is a good route runner, good with the ball in his hands. I'm excited to see these guys. I really am excited to see these guys because, to be honest, we do hit with a lot of these undrafted free agents, a lot of the older guys. I mean, a lot of the what's it called? Late round guys. Chandler Jackson said, "Boo." It's all good, bro. I love you too, man. I love you too, bro. That's Shifty. I had to let you know, bro. I had to let you know. I wouldn't want you to find out from anybody but us, but me. Watching his Georgia tape, solid undrafted free agent. You talking about Osborne? Is he from Georgia as well? We went SEC crazy, huh? I know he's from Texas A&M. I'm about to say we went SEC crazy. I know. Let's see on the field first. Some of these fans are delusional. Hey, we got Kelvin Joseph, the only corner who played good coverage on Smith. I liked Kelvin Joseph. A lot of Eagles fans didn't really like him, but I kind of enjoyed watching his tape. It's all good if you're a Nets fan. I had the privilege of watching everybody from Dr. J to Allen Iverson play ball for my boys. I respect it. Look, and I got love for the Sixers. It's just that now all my friends are, Sixers fans, so I got to talk junk. Facts, we did. We did have long cocks. We did. What are your thoughts about Jacoby Stevens? I love the kid, honestly, and especially if he's moving to linebacker. I think he probably was built to play that position more so than what he was as a safety. So I'm excited to see that. Landon Dickerson was doing one leg squat, so I'm holding out hope. Plus the cartwheels. Hey, I don't know, man. I feel like once you get hurt that many times, it's kind of hard. I don't know. I don't believe in what's the word? Injury prone. I don't believe in that, right? I'm hoping it's not. It's just a myth. I'm telling you how he's going to be staying. Oh, he's definitely. You ain't got to tell me that, bro. I've said this a couple times, bro. That man is gone, bro. I mean, that man is staying. That man ain't going nowhere. He's at the most he's going to get demoted. Papa Sora in the building. Trayvon Grimes will win a starting spot. It's going to be Grimes and Smith on the outside and Rager in the slot. That'll be fun to watch. That would be fun to watch. And then Travis Fulgham coming in, you know what I'm saying, doing his thing. Yeah, I would be happy about that, man. Pause, but I think I'm in love with Osborne. He can play slot too. I'm excited to watch this kid. I'm definitely excited to watch this kid. Should the Eagles at number 12 made the deal with the Bears that the Giants did and trade back to number 20 for additional first-round pick in 2022? Nah, I think what they did was smart. I think there was only so much that you could push this draft back. And I think if you would have done that, it would have been nice for next year, but like we needed a Devonta Smith this year. So I was happy with what they did. And realistically, the Giants only did that, in my opinion, because we took Devonta Smith. I just can't understand how we couldn't be this good every year. He had so many layup picks over the last decade. I agree 100%. I love Jacoby Stevens, dude who has a very high IQ and physicality. His favorite player is Jamal Adams. I like that. Shout out to everybody in here, man. We're still at 50 people. Please hit that like, hit that subscribe if you are new. Appreciate you all. What's good, Taylor Bauer? What's good? I'm chilling, man. I'm chilling. Landon Dickerson is incredible. I don't know why some Eagles fans hate this pick. pick was probably the best y'all made in years. It's not about the player, it's more about his injury history. That's the only thing that worries me. I can't speak for everybody. As far as a player goes, I definitely think he was top 3 offensive lineman in his draft, but I think that injury concern is real, man. That's the only thing that gets me scared. How he earned himself a few more years so we can see if the players develop. I hope not. I hope not. How many firsts do we have next year? We have 2 right now that are for sure. And then if Carson Wentz plays 75%, or if the Colts make the playoffs, we get another first round. So we have 2 first rounds for sure, 1 possible. So, we could have 3 next year. I want whoever Bull was who didn't that Pat. Yeah, Tom Donahue, bro. He's an OG. Tom Donahue, an OG. Mo probably because he's been injured a lot. That's really the only thing that worries me. We need a Smith, period. Heisman winning wide receiver says it all. Big facts. I was talking my ish saying that we didn't necessarily need a wide receiver, but I was secretly praying every day we got Devonta Smith. That's funny. I don't think Eagles are going to do good this season, but I think it's going to be exciting watching the young guys like Smith, Hurts, Rager, Fulgham, defense, etc. I agree. I don't think we're going to be world beaters. I think we might be able to surprise some teams, but I don't think we'll be world beaters. I think this is definitely a rebuild/retool year. We needed a cornerback and linebacker. I can't believe we passed on Joke and Asante Samuel. It definitely hurts. It definitely hurts, man. Especially Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah. I mean, because we passed on him, I think, twice. So that definitely hurts. Damn, 3 firsts would be nice. Facts. Here we go. Nope. How many past Heisman winners have gone on to be successful in the NFL careers? How many wide receiver Heisman winners are there? I'll answer your question with a question. How many wide receivers were there that won the Heisman? Trayvon Grimes and Devonta Smith will help the defense be more aggressive and more pressures. We could trade out our first for the first pick. I don't know. I mean, we could trade up if that's, obviously hopefully I believe in Jalen Hurts, but if Jalen Hurts doesn't pan out, if he's not the guy you thought he was, then boom. You got picks to go and get somebody. If he is, then boom, you got picks to go and just build your team. What's good, Big Play Slay? Was I the only one the only one scared they were going to draft a quarterback when they moved up in the first? I was a little bit nervous that they were going to take Justin Fields. I was a little nervous between Justin Fields and Rashawn Slater. Those were the 2 people I thought they might have moved up for, so I was a little nervous. I talked myself into everyone else, but feel the same way about everyone. For all that old head don't play. I like him already. Yeah, facts. He's been here for like 7 years. He just he's not really like one of those guys that gets talked about. Desmond Howard, how long was that ago? That was a grip ago. Charles Woodson, 4 wide receivers. Lamar Jackson. In all fairness, there are a lot of people who like this draft in the NFL world, but I can't trust anything Howie does, fam. I agree with that 100%. And I don't really look. I mean, you got to watch the film. You got to make your own decision on what you think they can be, and then we watch and we find out, right? I mean, that's really all we got to do. That's what we got to do. We got to hope and pray that he's great, that all of them end up being great. I hope Grimes gets his shot. Hey, he's on the squad, man. That's all you can ask for at this point. Tim Brown, O.J. Simpson. Yeah, there's a lot of them. Giants actually got robbed from Chicago. I don't know. They got a lot. And they still got a wide receiver. Kadarius Toney, whether or not you think he's a reach. I mean, he was one of the top 2 or 3 wide receivers that were on the board still. I was worried they would take Fields or Slater too. Yeah, that was the only worries of mine. 4 wideout, 1 Heisman. I can't talk. I say Dickerson is going to be the steal of the draft and play like a first rounder. I would love to see that. So yeah, same. I was scared when Smith and Parsons looked sad, like Smith was checking his phone, like he didn't get no call from us. Thought we were for sure getting Slater. Yeah. If Landon by some miracle stays healthy, I'd be satisfied. But God, do we need a solid number 2 corner? I'm hoping somebody steps up. It's a new system. It's a new year, new coaches, new everything, right? So I'm hoping that somebody steps up. I think we have talent on both sides of the ball, and we have young talent now. So it's good to see. It's good to see. I'm excited. I'm cautiously optimistic about next year. But either way, I appreciate everybody that came through and hung out for a little while for the lunchtime live. Shout out to everybody that sent super chats. I appreciate you guys. And members, remember, members, later on, probably around like 6:30, I'm going to put up another community post and we'll figure out best time for everybody. I want to watch the highlights of all these draft picks. So if you are a member, be sure to check the community post. I will let you guys know when it's going to happen. If you are not a member and you want to join that chat, it is only $1 for the month. So the link in the description, you can become a member. If not, it's totally cool. I'll see you guys tomorrow. But other than that, y'all know what it is, man. It is Fly Eagles Fly, and we are out here.